So we're going to take the arms up and really keeping those scapula, the shoulder blades in around the sides of the back, sides of the ribs. We're going to take the arms overhead as far as you can without allowing your rib cage to arch up off the mat. You want to keep those ribs closed in the front. And then exhale, bring them back down. And up and back. Keeping the ribs closed. And exhale, bring it back. And reaching through the fingertips. As the arms go up, you want to feel the shoulder blades come around the sides of the back, like you're turning the triceps towards the ceiling. And bring it back down. And one more, up. And exhale, bring it back down. Good. And then we're going to keep the arms here. And we're just going to focus on the low belly and use the stomach to imprint the spine and tilt the pelvis. So you're really flattening out the lower back and then releasing the tailbone back down. And exhale, imprint the spine and release. And I'm really emphasizing this exhale and the belly connection because it's not about squeezing your butt, right? We're exhaling and using the stomach to shape the low back, the low spine, and drop the tailbone back down. And one more exhale. And lengthen the low back again. Let's step the feet a little bit closer, not super close. We're going to roll up. So take an inhale first through the nose. As you exhale, start that imprint of the spine. Now you're going to press into the feet. Feel like you're pulling your heels towards your hips. You're going to roll your hips up. Take a breath here. And exhale, soften the chest. Open those collarbones nice and wide as you put one vertebra down at a time. And again. Just getting some movement into the spine. Don't know about you, but my lower back has been tight. And rolling back down. Make sure you're softening through the chest first, then the ribs, then the waist, then the low back, and the tailbone is last. And last time, exhale, rolling up. We're going to hold this one here, and let's pick up the right leg. And exhale, set it down. Just a little marching. And 2. Exhale, keep the hips high. Good. And 3, just hinging from the hip. And 4. Beautiful. And 5. And lift the left leg. Try not to let the hips drop. Right side. And left side. Last time. Hold it here, take a breath, and soften through the chest. Roll through the upper back, mid back, low back, and tailbone. And just hug your knees into the chest. And roll side to side. Good, just allowing some tension to release. If you need to circle the legs, you can do that. Go in each direction. Good, and then place the feet back down. We're going to walk them out a little bit and take the arms overhead. We're going to roll up, so if you're comfortable with your legs extended, that's fine. I'm going to show it with a modification. So inhale, the arms go up. Exhale, lift your head and chest. Try to scoop under those shoulders and roll yourself up. Extend the legs. Reaching forward. You want to really hollow out the belly here. Inhale and curl the tail under. Keep dragging your shoulders back, like wrapping the shoulder blades around the sides of the ribs. Right, pull the waist into the mat and roll the arms back overhead. And again, keeping those ribs closed. Inhale, the arms go up. This is the full version. If you want to keep your knees bent, you can. You're really squeezing those outer legs together, going up and over. Take an inhale, and exhale, rolling back. And if you're joining us late, if you could just mute your microphone, that would be great. That way the screen won't jump around. And again, let's take the arms up. Exhale. Scooping the belly, rounding forward. Take an inhale here. And exhale, tucking the tail, rolling through the waist. And all the way back. Let's do one last one. See if you can keep your arms next to your ears. Inhale. Exhale, scooping the belly, going up and over. Deep breath in. It's a little more challenging to keep those arms right next to the ears. So really dropping the shoulders in the sockets here. Tucking the tail, rolling back, and good. Let's bring those knees in one more time, and rolling side to side. We're going to do that Ron Fletcher version of the 100. So we're going to bring the knees into tabletop. Arms are reaching long. We're going to breathe in 4. So we'll do 4 sets with the knees in tabletop, 4 sets with the legs straight up, 4 sets a little lower, and 4 sets a little lower than that. Okay, just maintaining that imprint of the spine. So inhale here. Exhale, curl up. Really scoop those shoulders under. And we're pumping the arms here. 2. Good. 3. 4. Slowly take the legs up and exhale. 2. 3. 4. Little lower, in and out. 2. 3. You're almost there. Should be warming up now. Little lower, as low as you can maintain your imprint. Keep squeezing the seat. 3. Nice, you guys. 4. Good. And roll back. Whew. Go ahead and roll the hips side to side a little bit. Nice work. All right, so let's go ahead and come around onto our stomach. And just come on down all the way onto your stomach and take the feet a little bit wider. Okay, and we're just going to do a gentle swan. So we're not going to force anything. You want to make sure when you come up into this position, you're not crunching your lower back. You're really pulling your belly in and your hip bones up away from the floor. So the hands are going to be wide outside the mat. Elbows are on the floor. Take an inhale here. And press into the elbows. Press into the palms right here. Pause. I want you to feel the collarbones nice and wide and the back is wide. Now continue to lift your navel under your rib cage as you press up, lengthening through the back of your neck, right? So we're not going to lift the chin. We're going to keep the back of the neck nice and long. And then coming down, reach the elbows to the floor. Keep the navel pulled in and all the way down. And again, pressing into the palms and elbows, lifting up, lengthening the spine, pulling the belly up and away from the floor, and all the way down. Good. And one more time, pressing up, lifting up through those abdominals, and come back down. Now, for those of you who don't have a ring, please just do this version that we were just doing. If you'd like to add the ring, you can place it in front of you and then angle the top slightly away. Put the hands on top of the little handle there and come all the way down. Now as you start, take an inhale and press down on the ring. Feel as though you're pulling your shoulder blades down and wrapping them around your lower spine, pressing down, lifting the navel, and lengthen back down. Good. And 2, pressing the armpits to the floor. Keep the triceps turned towards the floor. Pull your heart forward like up dog. And back down. Good. And press again. And hold it there. And lift. Those of you without a ring, go ahead and rock forward and back. Right? Keeping the legs. There we go. And down. And one more time, press and lift. And down. Really nice, you guys. And just set it off to the side and sit back on your heels. So just in a child's pose, let's keep the fingertips on the floor and the forearms off the floor, so that you can really press the shoulders and the upper back towards the floor, really stretching into the sides of the shoulders, underneath the shoulders, sides of the ribs. And we're going to walk the hands over to the right side. And over to the left side. Just getting a nice stretch through the side body. And come back to the center. And let's come up onto our hands and knees. Everybody, I think, has a TheraBand, yes? Let's take the TheraBand, and you're going to tie it, not too tight, but so that you're creating a loop like this. Yeah? A little loop. And you're going to place your hands in the loop, like that. Okay? Your hands are going to go on the mat. And you can do this if you have any kind of a shoulder issue. You can do this with your knees on the floor. If you don't have a shoulder issue, we're going to tuck the toes and hover the knees off. So let's all start on the floor first. Okay, so with your hands directly under your shoulders, you're going to take the right hand outside the mat and the left hand, and then the left hand in and the right hand. Then we start with the left. Left outside the mat, right outside the mat. Right back under your shoulder, left back under your shoulder. And then starting with the right. Right, left, left, right. Left, right, left, right. And if you want to try it, hovering the knees off the mat, you're going to go right and left. Left a little harder. And right. Left and right. Right and left. Right and left. Left and right. Left and right. And left and right. Set the knees down. Good. Let's sit back on our heels. Hold the band out in front of you. Again, just reaching through the arms, and we're going to pull open and bring it back. It doesn't have to be big. Open and in, and 3, and in. Feel as though you're connecting and pulling apart from the back of your shoulders, right? Just around the sides of the ribs and under the armpits. That's where you're feeling this connection. Make sure it doesn't get above your chest. And open. And open. Good. Collarbones are wide. Ribs are closed. Open and open. Good. Out and out. Hold it here. Little pulses out. 2, 3, 4. Should feel the back of your shoulders. 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. Whew. Roll the shoulders back. As direction, just to kind of loosen it up. And we're going to stand up. So we're going to keep this loop and wrap it around the ankles. And you're going to use your ring. If you don't have a ring, don't worry. You can just move your arms. But with the band around, let's go just above the knee. You're going to take your feet apart so that you have a little stretch. If it's not enough stretch, you can always move it down. I think mine's a little too loose, so I'm going to take mine lower. Okay, so we're going to hold the ring or hold your arms, and you're going to bend your knees and reach and up. So what that looks like is bend and reach. Try not to stick your butt out. Pull your ribs in and up. And squeeze and reach if you have the ring. Good. And pressing out into the band. And bend. Good. And reach. And knees straight forward over the toes. And reach. And bend. And bend. And reach. Good. Hold it there, and we're going to lift the heels and set it down. Tummy in, ribs closed. Feel the outer hips working, and down, and lift, and down. Good. And lift, and down, up, and down. One more. Lift, hold it there, and little pulses. 2, squeeze your booty. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Try not to fall, hold it there, heels down, and stretch. Go ahead and kick that band off. Put everything off to the side, and we'll take a little roll down. Okay, standing nice and tall, and chin to chest. Sink that sternum back in between the shoulder blades, rounding down. Let's walk the hands out. And we're going to do our push-up. If your shoulder is bugging you, please just try a forearm plank, or you can do it on your knees, like that. Right? Okay, so let's go ahead and come into our plank, and we'll do 3 little bends, squeezing the arms into the body. 2, 3, exhale, press. And press. Pressing your sternum up into the middle back, in between your shoulder blades. Shift back, find your downward facing dog. Stretch those calves. Take a moment to pedal out the feet. Heels down. And let's walk back towards our feet. And roll through the spine. You can bend the knees here if you like. It's up to you. Rolling all the way up. And we'll do that again. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Good, and walking the hands out. Find your plank position. 3 little bends. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Inhale, 3. 2, 2, 3. Exhale, press. 3, 2, 3. And walk back. Heels press down. Try to wiggle as little as possible as you walk through your downward dog. And tuck the tail, rolling yourself up. Nice and tall. Last time, I'll give you an option. If you, we've been using our hands straight up, out in front of us, you can turn the hands out and go outside your mat, or you can come into this diamond shape. Most important is that when you're down there, You don't let yourself sink into your shoulders, really pushing your heart up into the back of your rib cage. So here we go. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Walk your hands out. I'm going to choose the version with my hands outside my mat. And my fingertips are pointing out to the walls. And now my elbows are going to bend over my fingertips. Inhale, 1, collarbones wide. Inhale, 2, don't drop your ribs. 3, exhale, press your heart to the ceiling. And 2, elbows wide. 2, 3, exhale, press. And 3, good. 2, 3, you've got it. Turn the fingertips back forward and walk yourself back. And roll yourself back up. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and come down onto the floor. And we're going to do a little roll over here. So go ahead and roll all the way down. Hands on the mat. Extend the legs. So we're going to do this as a combination of 2 exercises. So if you want to watch first, I'll show you how it goes. Inhale, hinge from the hip. Exhale, peel off. Inhale, separate and flex. And exhale, rolling through the spine. Reaching the legs. Start to point your feet, bring the legs together, roll up, lift the chest, and roll back down. Arms by your side, and then we'll go into the next one. So we're combining roll up, or roll over, and teaser together. And if rolling up into teaser is really, it's pretty challenging, you can put one foot down and then switch, okay? So I'll leave that up to you. Extend your legs. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, peel off. Inhale, separate your legs, flex the feet, no wider than your shoulders. Exhale, rolling back down. Reaching through the crown of the head, point the toes, legs together, peeling off. I got stuck on that one. And lift. Good, inhale here, and roll back down. And arms by your side, same thing again. Inhale, hinge, exhale. Inhale, separate and flex, and rolling down. Right into teaser point, and up, lift. Good, do the best you can. If you need to grab onto your legs or keep them a little bit bent, that's okay too. And roll back. And over we go. And open, flex, and rolling back down. And pointing through the feet, and rolling up. Lifting the chest, and rolling back down. And hug the knees in. Awesome, you guys, really good. Great job, I can see you. All right, so sit up and just bring the feet together. And just sit up nice and tall on your sits bones. And just gently rock side to side. With as much sitting as we do, that low back of pelvis area gets so tight. So take one hand and place it on the floor, your right hand. Left hand is going to go on your thigh, and you can take your right hand further back if you want, because we're going to twist away from it. Really push it away, like your thigh bone is trying to reach to the other side of the room. You might feel the fascia pulling in the back of your pelvis. This should feel pretty good. And come back to the center. Same thing on the other side. You can change your hand to be in whatever position feels good for you, but you're spiraling. You're spiraling away from that hand. And come back to the center. Grab onto your ankles. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Inhale. And rolling down just to stretch the back a little bit more. Use your elbows to keep the knees open. So we're really working on stretching the hips and the back, especially the lower back. And up, rolling up, sitting tall. And rolling back down. Elbows are pressing into the knees, rounding forward. And rolling back up. Good, and rest. So let's turn back so that we're lengthwise on our mat, but come to the back edge of your mat. So we're going to do some rolling. We'll do open leg rocker. So we'll keep the knees in front of the shoulders so they're separated, and we're going to lift through the sternum. So you want to initiate by the sacrum tipping back. The top of the sacrum is going to tip back. The pelvis is going to roll. Inhale. Exhale, come up and balance. Find your balance and lengthen through the crown of your head. My foot is cramping. And rolling back, rounding. And rolling up, lengthen the spine. And inhale to go back. And exhale to come up. Remember, your shoulders are not going to help you, right? We have to keep the collarbones wide and stay connected on the sides of those ribs. So inhale, pull the belly back and roll. Exhale, come up and lengthen. And try that again. Inhale, roll back. And exhale, come back up. So from here, if this is pretty good, you feel like you have this variation, you can move on to a more challenging variation with straight legs, holding on to the calves. This is pretty challenging because the lever is longer and the weight is further away from you. So try it. You can do whichever version works for you. So you're lengthening your spine. Inhale, rock the pelvis back. And exhale, come up. Find your balance. So you really want to try not to use momentum here because it just kind of makes you want to do a backward somersault. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, use your stomach, fight and lengthen that spine even more. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, come up and lengthen. One more, inhale, roll back. Exhale, come up and lengthen. Good, bring the feet down. So we're going to move on to corkscrew. So roll back down. We're going to take the legs to that 45-degree angle and we're going to circle both legs together. So we're going to go to the right, up, across, and back to 45. So what you're doing is you're using your abdominals to move the legs, right? You're drawing your navel in so much that your tailbone has to roll off. Then you're rolling down the other side. You feel your obliques working and reaching away, squeezing the outer hips. To the right. And exhale. And reverse. Left. And reach. And to the right. And to the left. And as you feel more comfortable, you can actually lift off. And control it down. Really reach the legs. And right. And roll it down. Last time to the left. And roll it down. Go ahead and bring those knees in. Good. So holding the knees there, let's take an inhale. Exhale, curl up. Come into this tiny little ball. Inhale, arms and legs reach. Exhale, pull. And 2, 3, and 4. 6, 7, and 8. 9. Last one. And rest. Rolling back. And just again, little rolling or whatever you need in between. We're going to roll onto our side now. So we're going to come up onto the elbow and really lift those ribs away from the floor. Okay, and take the right hand behind the head. If this feels too much like you're going to fall, bring it down. So you want to feel like, if you look at my bottom shoulder, I'm not sitting in my shoulder like that. I'm really pushing the floor away. This hand comes here. Point the right foot, lift it, hip height, and we take it forward. And back. Keep the ribs closed. And 2. Keep the back wide and get up out of the shoulder. And 3. And back. And 4. And back. Lift through the abdominals. 5. And back. And 6. And back. Nice job. Lengthening the spine. Try not to swing your upper body forward or back. 1 more. And back. Good. Bring the legs in line. And you can leave this hand here. You're going to turn out your top leg and you're going to go up and pull it down in front of your bottom foot. And up and pull it down in the back. So you're reaching it out of the hip the whole time. Up, tap, front. Up, pull back. Up, tap. Try not to let it drop. You're reaching out of the hip. Should feel your inner thigh. Turned out leg. Get up out of that shoulder. So many things to think about. You're really reaching and zipping those legs together. Get up out of that shoulder and rest. Bring the legs together and go ahead and lay down on your side. Flex both feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift. So it's like the bottom leg is pushing the top one up. And lower. And 2. And down. Exhale, 3. And lower. And down. Good. And 5. And 6. You should be feeling that in your waist. And 7. Lift. 8. Good job. 9. Hold it there. Point your feet. Little scissor kicks. Try to keep your body still. Reaching through the legs. Last one. And bring your knees in. Hold on to your right leg with your left hand. And then open your chest. Reaching your right hand to the wall behind you. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist a little farther. And come back. And we're going to flip around to the other side. So, getting up onto that elbow. Feet are a little bit forward. I don't know if I said that on the other side, but they are towards the front corner of your mat. And you're using that foot like a little kickstand. Lift up out of the shoulder and point the left foot. And we're carrying it forward. And back. Hand behind the head on the left arm. If you like. Whatever you did on the first side, you want to make sure it's the same on the second side. And reach. And out. Always reaching out of the hip. Trying to keep the ribs in. And exhale, exhale. and nice, guys. Good. And back. Last one like this. And back. Stay here. Turn out the top leg, and we're taking it up and squeeze it down in front. Up, squeeze down and back. Get out of the shoulder. Reach and stay up. And lengthen. And tap back. And up. And up. Last one. Bring the legs straight under you. Come down on your side. And we're going to flex the feet. Inhale here. Exhale left. And down. 2. And 4. 5. And 6. Really flex. Push through the heels. Squeeze the legs. Bottom leg is pushing the top leg up. Last one, hold it there. Point the feet and little scissors. 3. 6. Last one. And rest. Good. Bring those knees up. Right hand on the left leg. Turn the upper body away and reach through the fingertips. And come back to the center. We're going to roll again onto our stomach. And we're going to come up on the elbows. Legs are just right in line with your hips. Draw the navel up and in and lengthen through the back of the neck. And the legs should be energized, like they're not touching the floor, right? And we're going to squeeze, flex, reach. Pull, kick, reach. Point, flex, and reach. Point, flex, and reach. Imagine I'm going to slide paper under your knees as you straighten. Pull, flex, lift the navel under the ribs, and pull, flex, and reach. You should be feeling hamstrings. Pull, flex, get up out of the shoulders. Pull, flex, lift the front of your pelvis. Pull, flex, and reach. Pull, flex, reach. Last one. Pull, flex, and reach. Good. And now we're going to come down. Take the hands to the small in the back. So I've got the back of my hand on my waist. Okay? The full version of this, you have your hands clasped and you reach that way. I will leave it up to you. You can just reach with your fingertips. It really depends on your shoulders. Okay? So your right ear is on the mat. Kick in towards your seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3, reach. So either clasping the hands or reaching with the arms, whatever works for you. Head to the other side. 1, 2, 3, and reach. Other side, and 1, 2, 3, and reach. And again, 1, 2, 3, and reach. Right ear, 1, 2, 3, and reach. Last side, 1, 2, 3, and reach. And rest. Sit back. Let's take that child's pose again. And take another walk over to the right side of your mat. And let's walk over to the left side of the mat. And back to center. So we'll go ahead and come onto the hands and knees here. And let's take the right arm up to the ceiling, and we're going to thread the needle, take it under, and place your right shoulder on the floor. Left arm can go over your head, or if it's in your practice, you can take that left arm up, or you can even tuck it around inside the crease of your right hip. Whatever works for you today, whatever feels good. And then let's bring that left hand back in front of your face and push with that left arm, reach the right arm up and bring it back to the mat. Same thing on the other side. Left arm goes up, open the chest, thread the needle through, place the shoulder down. And again, taking that arm either over your head or straight up or around the back crease of the hip, whatever works for you. And deep breath in, and exhale, twist. And bring the right hand back in front of your face, push with your right arm, and reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Good, coming back on all fours. We're just going to go through a little cat stretch here. Just cat, just to stretch the low back a little bit. Take an inhale and round. And come back to neutral. And round. And come back to neutral. One more, and round. And come back to neutral. Good. Let's go ahead and grab your TheraBand. We need to untie it real quick. Hopefully it's not too tight. So we're going to do a little bicep work with the TheraBand. We do this a lot, rollbacks with bicep curls. So we're going to do 6, and we'll do 3 sets of 6. So we're wrapping the TheraBand around the ball of your foot and gently pushing into a half toe, high half toe position so it doesn't roll up under your feet. Take your straps like the small end is hanging out your pinky side of your hand. And if it's too tight on your hand, you can take a loose wrap so that it's not cutting off your circulation there, right? And that might feel better. You can do it either way. So we're going to sit up with the elbows lifted out in front of you. Close the ribs. Inhale. Exhale, curl the tail under and roll back. Squeeze the legs, reach the legs. And we're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. And 2. Exhale, pull. And 3. Exhale, pull. Hold it here. Take a breath. Did I say 3? We're doing 6. I'm sorry. And 5. And 6. Got in my head for a second. Take an inhale. And exhale. Hollow out and round forward. Good. And rolling up. Inhale. Exhale. 6 again. Inhale. Exhale. Pull. 2. And pull. 3. 4. Good. Scooping the belly. 1 more. Inhale here. And scoop and round forward. And rolling up. Last set of 6. And rolling back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull. 3, 4, and 5. 1 more. 6. Hold. Take a breath. And exhale, round. And sitting up tall. Good. Really nice. Let's take the band and sit on it. So just kind of flatten it out Make sure you're in the center of it so that it's equal on both sides. So you're sitting on it, crossing your legs, and I'm going to stay sideways so you can see what I'm doing. But we've got our hands holding it the same way, right, but not as tight. And we're going to go straight up. So feel like your ribs are against the wall, and you're going to go straight up. As you go up, feel the shoulder blades come around the sides of the ribs. You should feel your lats working. And let's take the elbows wide. And up. And inhale down. Exhale up. Keep the shoulders down. Don't let them lift up to the ears. Drop them down and bend. Try to turn the triceps towards the front, right? Whatever the front is for you, turn them forward. And up. Underneath the shoulders. 8 and 9. One more. 10 and down. I know for me, I started feeling it a little bit up on top right towards the end, but you really want to, as your arm goes up, feel like it's scooping from underneath down here. And it looked like, from what I could see, you guys were doing that. So we're going to take, I'll face you, we're going to take the right strap and bring it across the body, and you're going to hold it like that, like an ice cream cone or whatever. Hold it, fist, palm is facing your other side, your right side, and your elbow is into your body, and we're going to just turn the upper arm. We're working the external rotators of the shoulder. So you want to keep squeezing that arm bone into the side of the ribs, and no twisting of the torso or the shoulders. You're just turning the humerus in the socket, like a pin in a door hinge, right? Just turning it. And open. Maybe feeling like you're squeezing something at the top, like at the back of your armpit, you're squeezing a piece of paper there, or a ribbon, or whatever, you're holding it there. You're trying not to drop it. Good. And release. Let's do the other side. So same thing on the other side. Right? Squeezing the arm in, and we're going to rotate. And this is absolutely my bad shoulder. Everybody has, I think all of our sides are different. I don't know anybody whose right side is the same as their left. Good. Keep squeezing the top of that armpit shut. Good. And 6. And open. 7. Nice. And 8. And 9. Keeping that arm squeezing in. 10. We're going back to the first side. And now we're going to hold the TheraBand like that. Yeah. But turn your palm to face you and roll your shoulder back. You're pulling your arm bone back into the socket. And you're going to pull your elbow out to the side and push through the fist. Now reach the elbow to the side as you bring it back in, and bring the elbow back in front of your shoulder, right? So as I pull, I feel my scapula going towards my spine. Now I'm going to keep it there as I reach through my arm. Good. So I feel my shoulder blade back there trying to touch my spine. Now I'm going to keep it there as I bend my elbow. And then when I bring my elbow back in front of my shoulder, my arm is in the socket. It's not forward like that. I'm really dragging it back. Okay? And elbow and press. This is all really good work for your shoulder if you have any kind of issue with an old injury or strengthening. This is generally good for everybody. And if it doesn't feel good to straighten the arm all the way, don't. You can just keep it short, right? And you can also lighten up on your TheraBand. So there's lots of things you can do if you're rehabbing your shoulder after you've had PT or something like that. As long as your doctor tells you it's okay. Good. And last one. and bend and bring it back. Let's set that side down. We're going to pick up the other one. And bring that elbow in front of your shoulder. Drag the arm bone to the back of the socket. Now pull the elbow out, feeling the shoulder blade go towards the spine. Keep it there as you extend and bend the elbow. You want to feel it scooping from under the shoulder and bring it back. And notice that it's not in front of my face. I'm keeping it down just a little bit below my shoulder or right in front. I don't want the front of my shoulder doing all the work. Pull. Keep the work as much in the back as you can. And bring it back. And pull. And press. Good. And bend and bring it back. Pull and reach. Bend and bring it back. One more. And pull and reach and bend and bring it back. Nice. So go ahead and just set it down. All right, hopefully you guys are feeling pretty good. Let's take that right arm out to the side. Left hand is going to go out, keeping the knees crossed or the feet crossed. You're going to go over where you can, keeping your left or your right hip down on the mat. Deep breath in. Reach a little further, keeping your shoulder down. You want to keep space right in this area, right? You're not coming up like that. You're dropping that shoulder down. And let's rotate the chest towards the ceiling. And rotate it towards the floor. Let's put both hands on the floor and try to press your ribs on this side back. Getting a nice spiraling stretch down to the pelvis. Put your left elbow back down, reach back to the side, and we're coming up. Good, and we'll do the other side. Reaching out, over, put your elbow down if you can. If you can't, that's okay. Just go where you can go. Keeping that left hip down, really reach. Feel those ribs open. They should feel like fingers spreading out really wide, right? Inhale. Exhale, rotate towards the ceiling. Good. And then rotating towards the floor. And again, you can place both hands on the floor and really pull back. You can even grab onto your thigh and or your knee and give yourself a little pull. Pressing those ribs back. Good, and right elbow comes back down. We're going back to the side and coming up. Good, and then let's come back onto our hands and knees. And we're going to push up into a downward facing dog again. And let's just take the right leg up. And bring it through for pigeon. So you're placing your left hip onto the floor as best you can. Good. And square yourself as best you can. Hands on the legs if you feel comfortable there. You want to make sure this thigh is rotating in. You're going to lift your chest and walk yourself down where it feels comfortable. If you can get on your elbows, great. If you need to stay up, that's fine. If you feel like you want to set your head down, that's a good option. Just listen to your body. Also, if this feels uncomfortable on your knee, the right knee, you can place a yoga block or a ball under your right hip here. That kind of helps to let you relax into the position. Couple of deep breaths here. And slowly walk yourself back up. Good. Tuck the back toes. And then lift the right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to take a moment here, bend the knee and open the hip. Try to keep your hips or your shoulders square to the floor. Keep your left heel down and just send that thigh to the other side of the room. And then bring it back up to the ceiling and bring it down. Other side, lifting the left leg. Bringing it through. Find your pigeon. So squaring your hips to the floor, spiraling that right thigh in now so that you're square. Let's lift up, reaching through the back leg and come all the way down. Good, and just stretch into the hips. Let your breath help you relax. Help relax those tense muscles. As you inhale, feel it expanding into the tight spaces in your body. Exhale, let them release. Do that one more time. Slowly start to walk yourself back up. Tuck the back toes and lift the left leg up to the ceiling and bend the knee, open the hip and spiral. Reach it back up to the ceiling and bring it down and come down onto your knees. All right, you guys, really nice job today. I want to thank you all for joining me. So good to see all your faces.